Hello and welcome to my channel. This is MyLifeFrAiur, and today I'm gonna bring you another ladder game analysis. So this is my ladder game I just played like 20-30 minutes ago. It's a TVT. More specifically, it's a Mech versus Mech. So in the bottom left, it is me, the blue Terran, MyLifeFrAiur. And in the top right, it is the red Terran, my opponent. His name is Protoss. And his Terran as well. Actually, my name is also Protoss, MyLifeFrAiur, and he's Protoss. Protoss versus Protoss, but in Terran's form. Alright, so I've been trying to analyze my games. Recently, I met a lot of Protoss, so I just proxy forgets, and there's just no point analyzing those games. But I do gain more experience. The more this kind of cheesy games I play, the better I'm at playing it. The smoother my build becomes, the faster my marines hit. So that's good. So the more practice makes perfect. So no matter what kind of build, a macro build or a cheesy build, just practice more and do more, and you improve. And I wonder if it's possible for me to improve, I don't know, all the way to mid master, even to high master, beat people in high master with this kind of proxy cheesy 4-ranks build. It's really cheesy, so just all in cheese. If you don't win right there, you just lose. There's no way to transition, so it's very dicey build. And here I saw him going for double gas very early, and I thought he's gonna go for some aggression, and he even blocked me in his main base, so well, I guess I'll just spray him. It sucks to lose a SCV in the beginning of the game, but what can I do, man? I have to scout how many gas does he have. So, and here I saw his factory is up, so here I'm already expanding, so I have the economy advantage. Tried to harass his SCV a little bit, didn't delay too much. So the early game of TVT all comes down to the Hellion and Reaper micro, back and forth, harass and defend, which I really hate. Back in the days, we had Cyclone, the normal Cyclone. We could just build a Cyclone of a naked factory and just be safe with it, or just move, swap it onto the reactor and build 2 Cyclones, and you're safe for the early game. But now you have to micro a lot, and here I took advantage of his hesitance. He didn't run away, and I just capitalized on it and killed it. At that point, there was just no point for him to run because he just couldn't run away. So starter step is also very important when you do Reaper micro, so that's very nice. I think it was my first time succeeding doing that, killing his Reapers. So I need to do that more often. So remember that is first thing to take note of. Let's see. Actually, he has more workers every time. It happens every time. Actually, it's so weird that even though I go for a fast expand, I always have less workers than my opponents do in the early game. So my worker production is really a problem, I think. I really do need to improve on that. So he went for early Hellion, Cyclone. I'm not sure how effective that is going to be. I sent out a Reaper at the meantime into his base to scout. And yeah, here comes the Cyclone. The Cyclone, unfortunately, locked on the bunker. He didn't come into the base, instead he locked on the bunker. He was distracted by my Reaper. Let's see, vision. He was distracted by the Reaper, and his Cyclone got killed by 2 Reapers and Hellions. So it was an excellent decision by me to split my Reapers, 1 into the base and 3 here. If it is, you know, all of them are here, he was not distracted, he was focused on the micro here, I probably just, I don't know, I'll lose a lot more units. Probably lose 2 Reapers, maybe 1 Hellions as well. But yeah, so that was good. Split up your Reapers. You see, he's not really going for some really weird build. Alright, so since I sent my Reaper in, I saw the starport on the tech lab, so I knew that he was going for a Banshee, that's for sure. Nobody builds, I don't know, Ravens of one base. That's just so weird. So I sent my Vikings to patrol here. It's really nice. And I knew he's gonna go for this angle, so I patrol this angle. What else? Worker count. I'm finally catching up at this moment. Finally. In 5 minutes, oh my god. Both of us have very bad worker production in early game. First 5 minutes, you should have like at least 36 worker to 38 workers. And if you're a good player, you should have like 40 workers, like GM level. And here I even had turrets, because I knew the Banshee was coming. I didn't want to rely solely on the Ribbon. Actually, my early game was pretty sloppy. Like I lost a worker here during production, and also I had some idle workers here. Like I had 6 idle workers here, not doing anything at one point of time. I don't remember when, but they were just idling for a while. And when I found out, I was so pissed. I was like, what? How could I make such a stupid mistake? At this point, he sent out his Rex to scout me. So I realized he's playing Mech as well. Before that, I didn't know, because I saw a lot of Marines as well. Alright. So what is he gonna do? He does have a third. And my third is about to land. At this point, our worker count is still pretty even. He's sending out Marines to scout. I'm also scouting. I have my Hellions on the map. I have my map presence, which is pretty nice. So I tried to rotate because I knew that he knew I was there. So I tried to rotate to the other direction, which is excellent decision. Like I'm making all the great decisions. It's just sometimes I'm not playing the best game. Not playing the best I could. So I saw there is barracks floating. Was super weird. And then his Marines are killing my SCVs, building random turrets. So came back to kill that Marine. So yeah, I think the worker production needs a lot of work. That's a big thing. Also, his upgrades are way ahead, I think. Let me see. Let me check. Yeah, his upgrades are just way ahead. I just forgot about those. And I did some harass, and it was pretty successful. He's very slow to react to my harass. Doesn't have very mobile army. He doesn't have mass battalions. He has a bunch of Marines, which is just weird. Killed 5 workers. He also killed 5 workers, so even trade. In the early game, I had a little bit disadvantage. So now, after the harass, after the worker trade, actually I'm a little bit more ahead. Good, that's good. So I saw that. So the point is, when you see a Mech player, you want to expand faster than them as a bio player. But I took that philosophy also as a Mech player. When you see Mech player, you also expand faster. You have to be faster than your Mech player opponents. So I decided to just build the CC on the low ground, on the spot, to speed it up, because I knew that he wasn't he doesn't really have a lot of map presence. I was here harassing this, distracting him, and just slipped inside his natural and caused a disaster. Like this one harass just pretty much killed him. Just his economy just collapsed from here. It's 47%. How many worker kills? This is crazy. How could you allow this to happen? Like he was so obsessive with the side. Killed 20 workers on this attack. That was ridiculous. I bet he was very frustrated, but there was nothing he could do. Like he just F2 and move, siege up some tanks. It didn't really help him. His production of this Sensor Tower was delayed as well. It's just a very sloppy execution by him. In the meantime, I was very mobile. I have my units on the map. I knew exactly where he was because I knew he was in his base. I knew he wasn't coming. I was very confident and I felt very safe. I could do whatever I want. And eventually just expand more, build more productions and get more map vision, map control. And as I'm saying that, I'm sending more Hellions onto the map to harass him, to try to poke and probe, see if he's trying to expand. I'm gonna try to deny that. And poking a little bit, so his siege tanks is right there, so I couldn't really do much. I couldn't just run in there and kill all the workers. Imagine if I could do that, that would be insane. He just quit the game right there. But I couldn't. So we're gonna drag into a longer game, although I have a massive supply lead. I'm almost maxed out in 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 bases, and he's on 3 bases. I have 50 less supply. So his upgrades are on point. His upgrades are much faster. So at this point, I thought that let's expand even further. Let's just go all the way. And I was gonna expand there very soon. Yes, there you go. I'm gonna expand there as well, and also there. So I basically have half the map while he was just on 3 bases, and now he's trying to expand on the 4th. All right. So as you improve, as you go higher up in the ranks, as your skills improve, you actually find less and less stuff to improve, to work on, especially by self-analyzing. Like at one point, like I'm scared that at one point I just couldn't find any points I can improve on. So that would be really bad, because I need to find out a way to improve, right? So I still tried to distract him and then attack from this end. I didn't know his army was here, but it didn't matter. I just walking and siege up. Yeah. That was I guess it was pretty good. The position was very good. The tanks were doing their job. Then he has air dominance. So my point was I need to be able to evaluate my play very subjectively. Objectively, yeah. To understand what's my shortage, what's my weaknesses all the time. Once I start to become blind about my weaknesses, that will be my downfall. So at that point, once you can't find what you're doing wrong, or what you're not doing good enough, then maybe you should just hire a coach, or find a coach, find someone better than you, and find the answer. Because maybe it's at that point it will be like your game knowledge instead of your mechanics are limiting your gameplay. So you need someone who has better game knowledge and experience to guide you the way. So alright, so let's come back to this game. At this point, I did a pretty successful little push. I still maxed out and denied his 4th, so he lost a lot of mining and economy. And I have total dominance. Look at this mining. This is insane. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bases. And I'm expanding here. Am I not? Okay, I'm rotating to attack from below. And he was very sloppy. He was pretty sloppy defensives. He wasn't ready to defend anything, but so yeah, he sieged up 2 tanks. I didn't want to, risk going up the ramp. It's just not worth it. Oh my god, he's so sloppy. The F2A move. All the tanks are going through the slow zone. I feel like I'm just criticizing my opponent's play instead of watching my own, analyze my own game. But yeah, actually, I think I'm in this game. I'm kind of just beating him up. Alright, so in this one actually he was going for BCs. That was a little bit unexpected. It came across my mind that he could go for BCs or something, late game stuff, but I didn't really scout or have the proof that he was going for BCs. At this point I was very clear. I was a little bit nervous, but then you see my Thor count versus his BCs. There's no biggie. I just instant max out again. At this point, I was like, no, my production is not good enough. I built more. I built more factory here and here. Because I felt that once I have a big engagement, I need to remax it very quickly. Otherwise, I'll just die to whatever PC. We can just blink. So this panel shows you something very interesting, that is that the opponent's vision versus my vision. Look at his vision. He's limited on only his 4 bases, which were completely contained by me by the sensor towers as well. I have 4 sensor towers, and just now he discovered my expansion here. But what he doesn't know is I have expansion here, 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 and here, even here. So you know, from my vision, I know exactly what he's doing and where he is all the time, and I have the entire control of the half of the what I have of the map. And what he saw was barely a glimpse of my main and natural, and doesn't even see my third. He just know that I landed in my third. That's all the information he knew. He didn't know what building there were, or how many workers there were, how saturated they were, and he didn't even know these base existed, even this one. So that was a total victory. So yeah, it's all macro. It's all about macro, I think. Alright, that's the analysis of this game. A little bit of analysis. I guess I can learn something. Try to first is Reaper and Hellion. Early game is very important, and then try to improve my worker production. It's really sloppy, like 32 workers at 5 minutes. What is that, Diamond 3 game? It's just bad. And then what else? Let me think, what other mistakes did I make? I didn't really scout in mid-game, so I didn't know. I was surprised by the BCs, which was not good, even though the BC attempt was very bad. Like he blinked in with no way out, he just died. What else could I improve? Upgrades. Upgrades, as always, I was late, not on point. A little bit sloppy. And also the resource lost. Actually, my trade, my fight engagement was not that optimal. Like we were traded very evenly. Since I have such a huge advantage, why didn't I trade more efficiently? I don't know. Maybe because my macro is just way better. I don't know how to take a better fight. Air dominance. I had a lot of Thors. Yeah, that's cool, but you need a lot of Vikings as well. You need to have vision as well. If you just have Thors, they're just on the land. They have tanks sieged up here, and they can just bombard you, and you can't even see your opponents. So that's a problem. You have to build a nice fleet on the air to have vision, to provide vision and air control. So yeah, I see I'm building extra 4 factories just in case he was gonna go for more, I don't know, massing BCs in his back. Who knows? Oh look, this is a unit in the game, isn't it? Cyber implants, Dr. Adams. Alright. What is that? Bro? Oof, that's the game. How many workers killed? 31 versus 24. That's not bad for either of us. Alright, that's it for this game, and thanks for watching. Hopefully you can learn something as well.